Hey everyone, let's talk about vulnerability classification and assessment type. Before going move further, let's talk about what is true positive, true negative, false positive, false negative. So for this, I have an image. Now here you can see what is true positive. When there is cyber attack, you alarm everyone, like you have pull the trigger everyone to notice it, and you save your server. What is false positive? No cyber attack, no alarm activated, and you didn't lose anything but got tensed. Then false negative, so cyber attack is there, alarm not activated, and you lost your data. You can screenshot this particular image to always get the right thing, because it's mostly asked in cybersecurity exams. Then there is a true negative when there is no cyber attack, alarm not activated, and all good. So this is, you have to always always you have to mention in your mind, okay, there's something different over here. Okay, always you have to think this, like you're all running your computer network systems and organizations, and you're having a cybersecurity searcher, which gives you true positive, true negative when there is no cyber attack, no alarm activated, sorry, alarm activated in true positive, and you didn't lose anything but you got tensed. So in false positive, we basically trigger the alarm activated means you notify all the employees that there is cyber attack and be safe. Now let's talk about vulnerability classification. Now that there's total amount of nine classification in vulnerability classification. So vulnerability classification. So number one, we have misconfiguration. Number two, we have default installation. At number three, we have buffer overflow. At number four, we have unpatched server. At number five, we have design flaws. At number six, we have operating system flaws, so OS flaws. At number seven, we have application flaws. At number eight, we have open services. At number nine, we have the default password. So let's talk about everything one by one. Now let's talk with misconfiguration. Now misconfiguration is the most common vulnerability, which is mainly caused by human error, which allow attacker to gain unauthorized access to the system. About the default installation, so default installation are usually user friendly, especially when the device is being used for the first time, when the primary concern is the usability of device, like you do in your normal days. When you install, just for example, we have installed VMware, we go with the default installation first of all, just to see how the software work. So in some cases, infected device may not contain any valuable information, but are concerned to network or system that have confidential information. When the primary concern is the usability of the device rather than the security, we do the default installation. But those devices are connected to network system that have the confidential information that would result in a data breach. That's why default installation is always prevented in cybersecurity world. Failing to change the default system settings while developing the software or hardware allow attacker to guess the settings and break into system. Buffer overflow, so those are the common software vulnerability that happen due to coding error. It allow attackers to gain access to a target system. Like there's a buffer, you can see, or I can show you. This is the buffer size of an operating system, let's say 10100110. And if attacker do some error and the code goes out of the buffer overflow, they have a entry site for the application to get inside any application and get inside the operating system or system. Unpatched servers, they are the essential component. Servers are the essential components, as you can see, for an infrastructures or any organization. And server cases where organization run unpatched or misconfigured servers that compromise the security and integrity of the data in the system. Hackers look out for those vulnerability in the servers and exploit them. For example, we have talked about CVE, CWE. So you can go with CVS or CVE, common vulnerability exposure, and see for any details. For example, PHP 4.3. So if a server using those PHP 4.3, you can see the vulnerabilities for the PHP 4.3 version, and you can exploit the vulnerability. About the design flaw, vulnerability due to design flaws are universal to all operating system and systems. So those are the incorrection, encryptions, or pure validation of data that refer to design flaws. Operating system flaws due to vulnerabilities on operating systems, applications such as Trojan, worms, and viruses poses threats. About the application flaws are the vulnerabilities in application that are exploited by the attacker. uh, like again here we can see and refer to CVE. If we find any vulnerability for the application, or any application that our software using, the third party application, we can try to exploit it. About the open services, so open services and services may lead to loss of data, and DOS attack allow attacker to perform further attack on the other connected device. And about the default password, that is, you already know if any system is using default password such as admin or password, it allow attacker to guess the password easily by using brute force or dictionary attack. We'll know about the attack, different type of attacks in the system hacking. That is the next module. Now there are type of vulnerability assessment. The type of vulnerability assessment is active, passive, external, internal, host based. This all things you have to check while doing any assessment. So you have to check these parameters: host, then we have network based, then application based, database. So we have to check the database also, and we have the SQL injection, the whole chapter where we hack and try to do the database injection or SQL injection. Wireless network, wireless, distributed. The distributed are the organization's assets such as client server application simultaneously through appropriate synchronization technique. Credential assessment. Now, here we assess the network by obtaining the credentials of the all machines present in the network. Non-credential based. Here we don't have any credentials, but we have to assess the system. Manual assessment and automatic assessment. And automated. Those are the different assessment type. Let's talk about everything one by one. So about the active assessment, they use the network scanner to find hosts and services and to find the vulnerabilities. In passive, we sniff the network. In external, we assess the network, and in internal, we have we have to scan the internal infrastructure. About the host based, we conduct a configuration level check. In the network, we see the network security attack. In application, we try to analyze all the elements of web infrastructure for any misconfiguration, outdated content, or known vulnerabilities. Database assessment, we test database such as MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, etc. to find any of the exposures and injection method we can see. And in wireless, we determine the vulnerabilities in wireless network. In distributed, we assess the distributed organization assets such as client server application. In credential, we assess the network by obtaining the credential of all machines present in the network. In non-credential, we have to assess the network without any credential of the assets present in the entire network. In manual assessment, this is the type of assessment that ethical hacker manually assess the vulnerability ranking and score. Automated, we use in software such as Nessus, Colisys. So there are different software to assess the with the vulnerability scanning. Most of the organization they use the automatic vulnerability assessment softwares. This is it for the vulnerability classification assessment type. Next up, we will talk about vulnerability assessment solutions and tools.